our children can thrive, our young adults can find opportunity, and our seniors can age as part of our community. My husband, Harry, and I, we moved here more than 20 years ago, probably for much the same reason many of you did, for the recreational opportunities and the beautiful blue skies. We were fortunate to be able to raise our family here. Families today find it much more difficult to raise a family in this community. There are many issues that impact our collective quality of life: the environment, the economy, transportation, recreation, health, the availability of services, and much more. These challenges can be addressed with great county leadership. I approach every opportunity with energy, enthusiasm, passion, and persistence, and I have the right experience for this job. As president of the school board, I have overseen the budget that's larger than the county's, with almost twice as many employees, through good times and through bad, with unwavering focus on our values and our priorities. I spent the last couple of months listening to citizens, asking about their concerns and priorities for improving Eagle County. From Red Cliff to Vail, Elgin and Basalt, and all the places in between, I've reached out for information. Meeting so many members of our community has strengthened my resolve to be your next county commissioner. Just yesterday, while I was door knocking, a gentleman in Red Cliff invited me into his home, and he played a beautiful song on his piano for me. I want to be able to represent him. I continue to be encouraged and appreciative of the people of Eagle County who collectively make this the best place on earth to live. Thank you.
Dick, your opening statement.
Hi. Thanks for coming, and thanks for all who made this debate possible. I'm Dick Mayne, candidate for District 3 for Eagle County Commissioner. I'm a third-generation Gypsum resident. I grew up in Gypsum, going through the local schools and graduating from Eagle Valley High School, where I met my wife, Luann. We've been married for 48 years. We have two daughters, 9 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. I don't think there's a better place to raise families than in Eagle County. I care about Eagle County. I'm running for county commissioner for many reasons, but also to help bring back more balance to the Board of County Commissioners. My knowledge and experience as a lifetime resident of Eagle County will help in making the right decisions for the residents of Eagle County. I have served on the Gypsum Town Council for 20 years and was just re-elected in April as the top vote getter of 7 candidates to serve for 4 more years, showing great confidence from the residents of Gypsum. I have served on the Gypsum Planning and Zoning for the past 24 years and was recently appointed to serve for 4 more years, showing confidence of the members of the Gypsum Town Council. Through the years, as a resident of Eagle County, I believe that some of the issues that have always faced Eagle County are some of the same issues and concerns that we have today. We need to listen to the people of Eagle County and their concerns, especially about the economy and housing. I will listen to the residents of Eagle County for what they need and what they want. We need to focus on what we can do to stimulate employment. We need to encourage job growth and actively look for opportunities to work with businesses and employers to increase the number of available jobs. We live in a beautiful area of Colorado, and we should all have this opportunity to use and access the public lands. I want to put my experience and common sense knowledge to work for the people of Eagle County.
Jeannie, the response to the first question goes to you. In your estimation, what should the future of Eagle County be, and what will you do to lead us there?
I'm sorry, I missed the second half of your question.
And what will you do to lead us to that future?
So I think I sort of stated what I want to see as our vision for Eagle County, that this is a place where our working families can really succeed. And I think there's 3 things that we really need to focus on in order to make that happen. I think we need to focus on sustaining the economic recovery that we're experiencing so that we can reinvest. And there were cuts that were made, and you don't automatically put everything back that was cut, but to really examine what cuts were made and what we can reinvest in to have the maximum impact. I think we also need to find ways to actually support our working families. I've talked to a number of people who tell me about their issues with the cost of living. The fact that they moved here to enjoy recreation, but they don't have time because they're working 2 jobs. That they have to have 2 cars because they have two parents working in the family. So, and I think the other thing that we need to do in order to really improve our economy is to really protect our natural resources, which is what brought so many people here and continues to be such a driver for our economy. So I think we need to be really mindful of what we have and protect that.
Dick, the same question to you.
Would you repeat that?
Sure. By your estimation, where should Eagle County be led in the future, and what will you do to lead us there?
I think that we should continue to work for those things that have attracted people to Eagle County in the first place. I think the natural beauty of Eagle County and the availability of jobs and housing. I think that together as a community we need to work to be able to have people be able to find employment, to be able to find a housing and be satisfied with the educational needs. To do that, I think we need to help the businesses that we have here be successful. I think that by their being successful, that will help bring success to businesses that might want to be here. I think we used to have a ranching community and the timber industry, a mine at Gilman, and those types of industries have kind of went by the wayside, and they're not as popular or not as doesn't guarantee the employment that they used to. And I think the recreation industry is something that we should look towards developing more, not only the winter industries and the summer industries, but we need to look towards other type of recreational activities to draw individuals to come here to invest in the future and to become residents.
Thank you. My question, I believe, is to Dick. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Dick, what do you consider the biggest challenge that the county faces that is not receiving sufficient focus and resources from government leaders currently?
From my information, Road and Bridge could use more funding to take care of the roads and the traffic issues that we face in Eagle County. I think additional funding would help solve some of the traffic issues that we have. I know some of the roads, some of the rural roads are in need of more maintenance, more time. The drainage on a lot of the rural roads isn't as great as it could be. It needs improvement to help in the condition of the roads. I know some of the blacktop on the roads is deteriorating. It needs more maintenance, more effort in maintaining, and more maintenance sooner than what it's receiving now.
Jeannie, your thoughts? Sure. What do you consider to be the biggest challenge facing Eagle County that is not receiving sufficient focus and resources from Eagle County's leadership today? And if your mic.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I think that what we really need to focus on is diversifying our economic base. And I think that we are incredibly fortunate to have a really high-functioning economic council that is developing strategies and priorities for us. I think that they have membership from the local business leaders and municipalities and private citizens that really can vet the ideas in terms of how do we grow business. So there are ideas of how do we maintain the businesses that are here and how do we recruit businesses that are the right fit for Eagle County. I think we should be taking some of their strategic planning as it gets developed and really focusing some attention on that, because I think it is looking at the sectors of health and wellness and recreation and tourism that are sort of, we're poised as Eagle County, ready to just embrace the whole wellness industry as it comes across the country as such an interesting area. People want to be here because it's such a healthy place, and we've invested in the federally qualified healthcare center, which brings good paying jobs, and it helps to take care of our citizens as well. So I think the fact that we have this economic council that is just really well developed puts us in a really good position to really know what to invest in next, and to give us some really good ideas that are well vetted in terms of where to spend dollars.
Thank you. Dick, your thoughts? Oh, sorry. I'm back to Jeanne. Sorry. Jeanne, what are your views of energy development as a source of revenue and jobs for the county? And what do you think of some of the municipalities and government entities that are prohibiting fracking or attempting to prohibit fracking as a technique in energy development?
Well, in what I have heard about fracking, it's not going to be a issue for our county because of the narrow corridor that we have. That as soon as it widens out after Glenwood, it becomes an issue for that community. I think that we get to focus our attention on solar and some other opportunities. So I've not heard yet, and maybe I've just not listened to the right people, about proposals that have specific ramifications about fracking for our community. I think I'm blanking on the gentleman's name who does the sustainable energy here, but they're leading the way in doing energy audits for your home as private citizens and even businesses. I have to say I was fortunate to take advantage of the free energy audit, and I'm making some changes to my home based on that. I actually had the solar guys on my roof the same day they made the front page of the Vale Daily as they were roofing the large fairgrounds building. So I may have missed something about fracking. What I had been told about it was that because of our narrow corridor and the way that our geography is here, it's not going to be an issue within this piece of the county. And it has not been proposed and come up as an issue to the people that I've spoken to in Elgibel and Basalt.
Dick?
Would you repeat that?
Sure. What are your views on energy development as a source of revenue and jobs for the county, and the actions that are being taken by some communities to prohibit fracking activity in their community at all?
With the United States trying to gain energy independence, I think that fracking is an important question for communities, but I also think that the more important question is to be able to attain energy independence. And I think that the safety of fracking, from the information that I've had, is done mostly with water and sand. There's not a real danger because of the depth that they do it at, as long as they do the first part of the well properly and under the regulations that they're supposed to do. The opportunity for difficulties for fracking are pretty slim. I think, though, as far as we're concerned in Eagle County, I don't know that we need to be concerned with that. From all the information I've had through living here, I don't know that there's any real big oil reserves or gas reserves in our vicinity. They start more to the west. I think there's a lot of opportunity for energy and employment from other energy sources here in the county. We have a biomass plant in Gypsum that I was just able to be a part of and work with the approval process on. It utilizes the resources that we have in Eagle County. It helps protect from dangerous wildfires by removing the wood from the forest, and it provides local jobs. Most of the jobs in Gypsum are held by people who live in the local community. And I think there's more opportunity for other kinds of industries such as that.
My question will go to Dick first. What do you believe is the most untapped resource, whether human or natural, in Eagle County? And what would you do if elected to make that resource more productive?
I would say probably solar energy, because of the days of throughout the year that we have the solar energy available. I think the important part of that, though, is the being able to have a return on the money that's invested. It's a natural resource. It's an available resource. It's something that needs to be developed more before it will return on the dollar that's invested. But I think it's a great opportunity, along with the forests and the dead trees that we have in the county. I think that would also help produce energy sources.
Jeannie, same question.
I believe our greatest resources are people and our ability to collaborate. In starting this campaign and meeting so many people, I've knocked on about 1,200 doors at this point, and people are willing to share with me what they think we need to do to make Eagle County great. And those things are small, that address just their family, and they're large, that address the entire county. Things like streetlights in Red Cliff, or benches along our bike paths, so that an older gentleman kept saying, I want to walk, I just need a place to sit once in a while. So I think that if we engage people, we will come up with solutions we haven't thought of. We will come up with ways to improve people's quality of life that we haven't thought of. I also think if we collaborate together with the municipalities up and down the valley, if we engage government, business, and nonprofit, we can do great things. I was co-chair of Rural Mountain Philanthropy Days, which comes to the valley every 4 years, and that collaboration across our region brings about $4 million worth of foundation and grant dollars to us. And that wasn't county dollars, that was foundation dollars coming into our county. So I think being able to collaborate and talk to people and hear their ideas, that's our greatest resource. Thank you.
Last question, and the question goes to Jeannie first. Roughly 25% of the population of Eagle County resides in the Roaring Fork Valley. My question is, do you believe that the Eagle County residents of the Roaring Fork Valley are fully integrated and sufficiently integrated? And if not, what would you do as commissioner to integrate them more fully?
Thank you. I have to say it was really interesting to knock doors in El Jebel and Basalt, because the question that or the answer they gave me to my question of what can Eagle County do better was, we need more representation. Well, what would you do with more representation? Well, we'd have better communication. And what would you do with better communication? Eagle County. I heard some ideas that had to do with improving how quickly they're able to access our videotaped programming from Channel 18. They don't get the board meetings as quickly as the residents on this side of the canyon, so that would be something to address. One of the questions I asked a good number of people over there is, why do they think that the home rule vote failed? And would that be something that they think would give them better representation? And interestingly, the other end of the valley feels equally left out. So Redcliffe and Vale and Minturn don't feel as if they have as much, they're not heard quite as much as the rest of the county either. So it is about all of our citizens feeling as if they have the representation, that we are able to communicate with everyone in a timely manner. I think it's important that we go over there and communicate with them. I know that the current county commissioners get over there quite a lot, but there's something about running into your commissioner in the grocery store that makes people feel as if they have extra access. So I think there's some things that we could do in terms of home rule, looking at that again, and in terms of just increasing our communication.
Dick, the same question to you. Sure. Roughly 25% of the population of Eagle County resides in the Roaring Fork Valley. The question is, do you believe the residents of Eagle County who reside in the Roaring Fork Valley are sufficiently integrated into the county? And if not, what would you do to more fully integrate them?
I know that you can't have...
Thank you.
I know that you can't have too much communication and connection with people. I think being a resident of Gypsum, I sometimes think that we're at the other end of the valley. I can sympathize with the people up the Colorado River, the people in Redcliffe and Mayne. They all feel like they're not in the mainstream, that they're overlooked and they're not important. And those kind of people I feel I can connect with. I think that I understand why they feel that way. And I think the way to overcome that is to spend more time with them, to be in their meetings, go to their activities, be involved in the community with them. I think the more contact that you have with them in their living environment, to let them know that they're important, that they're not taken for granted. I think that when you make people feel important, they feel more a part of the county, and that is something to build people up and to make them part of the county, is to just have contact with them and ask what their questions and what their concerns, what do they need, what will help make them come together as a community to feel a part of Eagle County.
Jeannie got the first word, so Dick will get the last word. Jeannie, closing remarks.
Wow, that was 5 questions. So thank you. I love Eagle County, and I want to see it really develop into its best self. How we will manage these next years of our development is really important. We've developed from mining and ranching to resort, and what are we going to become next? How are we going to diversify so that we have a more diverse economic base? How will we balance development while protecting our natural resources? I want to be part of shaping that future. I spent a year thinking about running for this office, and I asked a lot of people about the skill set necessary for it. And I found that the skills of collaboration, visioning, listening, being able to make tough decisions, being strategic, those were skills that I had. I also spent the last 8 months talking to the citizens. And in talking to the citizens, it really made me feel that a deeper commitment to becoming your next county commissioner. I want to be able to represent the people that I spoke to, who shared with me the issues that were affecting their lives, the things that we could do to make their lives better. I believe that I have the right skills for this job, having been on the school board for 7 years and president for the past 3. it gave me the vision for the whole valley. I saw our families. I saw our families in Vale and in Avon, in Minturn and Gypsum. I saw how they struggled. Being on the school board, we had joint meetings that allowed me to meet the leaders and the citizens from different town boards. I believe I can represent this county through the whole range from Elgin and Basalt to Vale and Red Cliff, and I would appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Dick, your final comments, please.
Again, I care about Eagle County and what happens here. I've spent a lifetime getting to know the people of Eagle County and Eagle County itself. There's very few places that I haven't been in Eagle County. To learn about the concerns of the people of the county, to find out what the residents of Gypsum wanted for recreation, we sent out a questionnaire. Working with Wetman in planning the Gypsum Recreation Center, we tried to include as many different interests as possible and use as many different ideas as possible. The results of those efforts are the Gypsum Recreation Center and the surrounding ball fields for the people of Gypsum and the surrounding communities. To pay for the project, we asked the Gypsum voters to approve a 1% sales tax, which they did. We were able to pay the 20-year bond off in 10 years, enabling us to do away with the 1% sales tax. We did what we said we would do. I worked to set goals to improve water quality and quantity, to provide adequate water for growth and development. By purchasing Leeds Reservoir and acquiring the necessary water rights to fill it and keep it filled, we were able to double the original capacity of the reservoir, and we'll be able to double that capacity again when needed for the benefit of the residents of Gypsum, knowing that water will be available for future growth and development. The issues that have faced the town of Gypsum are some of the same issues that are facing Eagle County. We need to work together towards county-wide cooperation and coordination to help bring the county together. I believe we can solve problems and find solutions by political leaders getting together and working together for the benefit of all county residents. We need balance in our government. Too much government hurts the economy, hurts opportunity for jobs and growth. Too little government doesn't provide for equal opportunity. One of the most important things we need to learn in this life is service to our fellow beings. If I'm fortunate enough to be elected as your Eagle County Commissioners, I will be honest, fair, and worthy of your trust. Thank you.
Thank you both.